Welcome back, subscribers, and welcome new viewers to November 2024 General Monthly Reading for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, North or South nodes of the Moon. And I want to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed, who like and share my videos, because that helps my whole channel to circulate to more and more individuals who are in need of this information just like you. Okay, Pisces, let's get through these transits as quickly as possible. So I am taping early. It's only October 20th today because I will be out of town the last week of October when I normally do the readings for the next month. So you're going to get this early. Okay, so the new moon is going to be on the 1st, and it's going to be in your fellow water sign Scorpio at 9 degrees 35 minutes. And of course the sun is going to be in Scorpio because that's Scorpio season. But the amazing thing about that, with the new moon on that specific day, it's also going to be 9 degrees. So right exact conjunction with the new moon. And Mercury is also going to be in Scorpio at 27 degrees. And then it will transition after a couple days. So most of the month, after the first couple of days of November, Mercury will be in Sagittarius. Okay, so Pisces, the full moon is going to be on the 15th. And it will be in Taurus at 24 degrees. And at that same time, we still have transiting Uranus in Taurus, and it's at 25 degrees. So it's going to be, and then the last week it's going to be at 24 degrees. So very close conjunction of Uranus during the full moon. So that's a big deal for all of us because Uranus is the planet of quick, surprising, unexpected changes. So can expect the unexpected, Pisces, all of us, around that time. And also Uranus opposes, even though it's not a close opposition, it's still opposing the new moon in Scorpio. So that's going to have some play as well of unexpected newness, new beginnings first. Okay, so Mars is going to transition into Leo on the 5th, and especially at the end of the month, because Pluto on the 20th is going to transition from Capricorn back into Aquarius, 0 degrees. And then we're going to have Pluto in Aquarius for the next 18 to 20 years. And with Mars, okay, just a minute here. Yeah, Mars is going to be 5 degrees at the end of the month. Leo, 5 degrees, and transiting Pluto is going to be 0 degrees Aquarius. So that's a big deal for all of us because that's an opposition, which is a hard aspect. So we can expect some pretty foundational transitions, new beginnings coming out. Could be very boldly coming out very, very quickly because Mars is an action planet. It's very, very, it's passionate, and it can even be explosive in its sharing abilities. And when it's in Leo, Leo is very courageous, it's very bold, and it doesn't have a problem with being on stage. In fact, Leo likes to be on stage. That's where they shine. And so we could very well see some public news, intense public news even, but freeing. It's Pluto, freeing blockages, freedom which is Aquarius. Okay, we still have Saturn in Pisces. It goes direct on the 15th, and on that day it'll be 12 degrees. So of course, Pisces, you've been well aware that Saturn has been in Pisces, no doubt, especially if it's closely in close degree, or was in close degree to whatever you have in Pisces. That's a big deal because it makes you become very serious and focused in that specific area, depending on, of course, depending on what planet or your nodes or your Chiron, that is conjuncting. And then Neptune is also still in Pisces, and it is still retrograde, and it will be 27 degrees all month long. Chiron is still in Aries, and it's 20 degrees this month, all month long. And transiting North Node is also still in Aries, and it begins the month at 6 degrees. By the end of the month, 4 degrees. And I want to quickly say, Pisces, I'm being called to say, with transiting Chiron in Aries at 20 degrees, especially for those of us, well, it's going to affect the whole world, what I'm about to say. But specifically, the United States Corporation, United States Natal Wheel, that I did using July 4, 1776, has their Chiron, the United States has their Chiron in Aries at exactly 20 degrees. So right now, transiting Chiron in Aries is conjunct on the United States natal wheel, which means first we have, because Chiron has to do with where we're going to be injured and then where we're going to be healed. So all of us who have ever lived in the United States since 1776 has been being injured. We might not know it, or we might not know how. We might not know it. Well, what I am seeing is that is coming out and being exposed, and then also very possibly healing occurring now at this. First, it has to be exposed, and so some of this information will definitely be we will see how we've been injured, all of us as a population in the United States, and then it's going to extend out into the world because the United States was in control and had its tentacles out in every country. If you don't know that already, that's already coming out, and we can just expect more. So I will leave it there, and let's get to your specific reading, Pisces. And I'm also being called to say that transiting Pluto, leaving Capricorn finally for the last time in 18 years, and that was also in the United States wheel. Pluto was in Capricorn, 26 degrees, and so that's been conjunct too, and so we can expect an end of, because Pluto in Capricorn in the 10th house in the United States chart had everything to do with big business in control, and we are seeing and will continue to see the end of that. And that's part of the Chiron in Aries injury for most of us. Okay. So Pisces, let's get to you. Sun, moon, rising, north or south nodes of the moon. What does Pisces have to look forward to? What astrological energy is assisting Pisces this month with whatever's going on. North Node, the future. It's number 34 that breaks down into a 7. 7 always, to me, signifies spirituality. And I just got the words, spirituality is being given an upgrade. Just passing that on, that just came into my head. And I say whatever comes into my head. So the North Node in astrology, and I'm an astrologer, 29 plus years now. The North Node, everyone has a North Node, everyone has a South Node, if you don't already know this. And the North Node is the blessing that each one of us will receive automatically once we have worked through our South Node properly, completely, to unblock ourselves in whatever area and way that South Node has been personally blocking us. And so there we have it. And I'm just getting, so this is personal for you. You have done some unblocking of yourself personally in some way, shape, or form. And it's even better if, no doubt, some of you, hopefully a lot of you, have even been working through your South Node of the Moon. Those of you that are, you have been on my, and watching my videos regularly, you know, and you probably have looked at, hopefully, your South Node, and I have those in the playlist, and to gain knowledge and information so you can consciously get your blessing, North Node. So again, a blessing is coming to you, Pisces, for all the work, whatever it's been, personal work that you have done up to this point. You are going to receive a blessing in accordance to that work that you've done. And that is beautiful. Okay, just a second. I just want to see. Is there anything else? Okay. Okay, so I'm being called to get that now. Let's take a look at these cards here. Let's see what comes. These cards, Pisces. For Pisces. Seven could be a special number for you too. For some of you or someone. Okay, what about for Pisces? Whoa, okay. Adaptability. Okay. We have adaptability. Let me get, oh, there's a lot of them here, so we'll use this as, I'm going to put this right here like that. So we're going to go like this. Okay, so we have adaptability. That's number 3. So what I'm getting with this adaptability is that's what either you've already, something transitioned, you transitioned, or something changed in your life, or a situation, your situation, and this is all maybe already happened, or it's going to happen, or it's presently happening right now. But there was something that affected your stability, and so you had to adapt. You had to balance yourself again, or rebalance yourself. And maybe some of you are still in that process of rebalancing yourself after you got off kilter a bit because this was unexpected. But you're good. You're going to be fine. You're going to be super, in fact. And number 3, I'm just getting with this number 3, because number 3 has to do with creativity. And that's the one word that came out when I saw that number 3 is creativity. So something about your creativity or your imagination, your ability to imagine and or create something new for yourself, you're in the process right now. I just got. And maybe that's a specific for someone. Because if you're not, though, in the process right now, because you're very inventive, you're very creative, you have the skills, you have the ability, you have the imagination to bring into fruition what you desire to stabilize yourself again. And you have either done that or you are doing that. And you will see, if you haven't already seen the physical result, you will in November. Next is number 5, appreciation. Yes, again, number 5 has everything to do with change. And appreciation, just what I was talking about, however you adapted, however you balanced yourself, you used your creative abilities, and now you're going to see those creative abilities and that which you how you balanced yourself. Again, this could be finances, this could be relationship, this could be your self-worth, I'm getting for some of you. But anyway, and it doesn't have to be any of those, it could be something else, because this is a general reading. But you're grateful. That's what the big thing is. You are grateful. And another thing is, you being grateful is also key to that adaptability, rebalancing yourself, and you figured that out. 7, indecision. Yeah. So what I'm getting with this 7, it's still, these are all together so far with this, whatever took you off, put you off guard or took you off course. I just got for some of you, you maybe thought you went off course. And indecision, it really upset you, it depressed you because you were going in a certain direction, and then all of a sudden, and you were sure of yourself, and you thought that was how it was to be, and that it was all set, and everything was good. But then it took you off course. Something happened, and you instantly, I'm just getting the feeling of you were lost, or you felt very upset, and like, what do you do now? What do you do now? Because you were so sure, and some of you even thought your intuition was correct. Well, and I want to say, it wasn't that it wasn't correct, but maybe the exact way to get to that point, to whatever the goal you were reaching for yourself, it went a little different than you expected. So it doesn't mean that you're not going to get to your final goal. It just isn't going to happen the way exactly that you saw it. And I'm seeing that after this initial shock, for some of you, you already see that. But you were, again, the indecision is you just were stopped for a bit because you didn't know what to do. But again, this adaptability, you are a mutable sign, Pisces, and you're able to go with the flow, get back in and redirect yourself and go with the flow and do whatever. And that's what I see you doing or you have done. resistance. Some of you came to against resistance with your idea, with your how you saw things to go. And so you were butting heads with others, or you just hit a brick wall and you could not go any further. And so again, that's back to, so you were stopped. But it turns out, if you don't know this already, it turns out that the way that it was, the reason it was stopped is because that wasn't the best way to go for you. It wasn't going to get you. You couldn't see everything in its entirety like you thought you could see. But that's not a negative thing. That's not a bad thing. And don't feel bad about that. But, and I can also see that if you don't already, you are very thankful that it didn't go the way that you were stopped, because you realized, and maybe this is, some of you might not have realized this yet, but some of you definitely have realized that, and that's why you're so thankful that the resistance was because you're in a better place now. And the result that you are receiving or going to receive is going to make you even more stable, is going to be even better than you imagined originally. That's why you were stopped, because you were not going to reach or get to take advantage of the highest and best for yourself if you would have not been blocked and forced to create another way for yourself. Because that stopping you and enabling you to use your ability that you didn't realize you had. For one, that creativity. You didn't realize you had that skill, but you do, and you did. And then that up-leveled you higher, that took you higher, that forced, in a way, it forced you to dig into that skill you did not realize was inside you. And now you are even stronger, you're wiser, you're more self-assured, even more thankful. Yes, fortune. There you go. Now you're going to get to see, you're going to be very fortunate. And fortune, physically fortune, definitely the sun, fortune, Leo. Some of you could be literally in the spotlight for the spotlight of the world for someone, or a few of you possibly, because whatever this is, your creative endeavor is a huge success, not for just you, but for everyone, or for others. Again, however big or small, it doesn't matter. This is huge for you. And it's a level up. Escape. Yes. And I'm getting this resistance. What enabled you to escape, for some of you, something that you didn't see coming that would have not been a benefit for you, would have actually hurt you or could have hurt you in some way, but it didn't. It didn't. You escaped that. And I'm getting too, some of you had assistance from the spiritual realm, the other side, in that this whole process here. Okay. Okay, and then loss. So with this escape, I'm getting that some of you didn't escape the loss. You had a loss in some way, shape, or form. A person, an endeavor, your business. I'm getting someone lost their business, relationship. Someone lost their child or children. And I don't know if that was because of a divorce. I'm not getting the child died. I'm getting that they were taken away from you, and they're in the custody of the other parent. That's a specific. So you did have a loss. And I'm sorry for that, for any of you. But with that loss, some of you, this loss was the blockage. Or all of you, this loss, whoever lost, whatever, your particular experience was with loss, that was the blockage. And it, because it was stopping you in some way of being who you truly are, or on your true path to discovering who you truly are and reaching your full potential. So again, that loss assisted you. And if you don't know that yet, you're gonna see that it was a blessing in disguise. And you didn't know it was going to be a blessing in disguise. Absolutely not. Because losses, they are heart-wrenching. Absolutely. No doubt about that. But there is a silver lining to be gained when you're able to see that. Because of course you have to go through, everyone goes through a specific grieving process, and that's normal. Absolutely. But you will, if you don't already, you will be able to see that loss as you will be thankful. You will be thankful because you will see how it opened you up for something new within yourself, and closer to your true power and who you truly are. Just working through the loss makes one stronger. Okay, so let's see what. Okay, so with all of that, working through and the let's see what you can expect after working through this loss and being able to adapt. And let's see, because there's a blessing in all of this. Again, North Node, a blessing. And 12-12, because there are two 12s here. The loss and the escape are both 12s. And so that could be a sign or synchronicity for you. You could be seeing 12s. Okay. So what can Pisces expect? What blessings from all of this heaviness and a higher view? A higher view. Number 41, that breaks down into a 5. So yes, when you're able to, of course, I mean, those of you that are grieving, I'm not saying that's your own personal process, but at some point you will be able to see a higher perspective. You'll be able to take a step back, and this is when you'll be able to see what you gained and the positive through all of that hardship. Whatever that is, that's for all of you. And wisdom, definitely. She's on an owl. Owls are very wise. They can see into things. They can see beyond the physical and into deeper aspects and deeper reasons why these things happen, why the loss happens or happened, what you escaped, why, whatever resistance or blockage you came to, why this indecision and sadness. Fives also could be a sign or synchronicity. You have 3 5s. This 41 ends up being a 5. This is appreciation is a 5 and fortune is a 5. See, again, to me, and 5s are change. So again, the change is going to be fortunate if it's not already. You're going to appreciate it. This higher view, it's going to change everything. And that is a huge blessing. Okay, what else for Pisces? Some of you have been healing your heart. Waking the lion, courage, courageous. Being able to be in the spotlight where you weren't able to be in the spotlight before. Pisces, that's a big deal. I definitely understand that. I'm a Pisces. 19, it's number 19. And again, I'm seeing spotlight. Some of you are going to be in the spotlight. So you could be getting people where when you're just out in public, you could have people staring at you and just maybe coming up and saying, something nice to you. Willing release. Yes. Yeah. And okay, so all of this indecision, resistance, loss, escape. Maybe some of you were trying to escape and not dealing with something that just came in. That's not all of you, but you realize that escaping doesn't do any good. And now you can release this with that higher view. That's all of the negative feelings, the hardships, whatever this is. You can now release it, or you have released it. And again, that's why the fortune is coming and you're so appreciative. Or once you're able to release all of that, you will see and be so appreciative, and you will see your fortune. Be very fortunate. And adaptability, that's how you're adapting. That's how you're balancing out yourself and securing yourself once again in a very positive way. Finally releasing all that heaviness, because you can. Anything? Oh, whoa, okay, there's something else for Pisces. Oh, we're going long too. Okay, so let's see what this is. A tall tale. What I'm getting from a tall tale is Something that you thought was the truth, something that you thought was real, was not. It was a tall tale. It was a lie, or it was an illusion. It was not real. It was not real. And this is a good thing, because I'm seeing it enables you to take a look, a different perspective, take a higher view, see things in a different way. That's what I'm seeing. And that's beautiful. Okay. Okay, well, Pisces, I hope this was helpful. And I want to thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading, November 2024 reading for you. And until next time, bye.